Can't hear the audio because I didn't turn on the microphones, but that's okay. I got it on the recording.
Thank you. Pleasure,
So
guys.
we're all good.
Yeah, but welcome back, guys.
Thanks for letting me know that I didn't press the unmute button.
Appreciate it. I was screaming. No, I'm not gonna make that joke. Anyway, guys, welcome back. Bi-weekly podcast, Tokyo Fresh. I like that we've just naturally become like a bi-weekly podcast.
Bi-weekly. I mean, and you know what? It's going to continue to be bi-weekly
because
I'm not here next weekend, so sorry about that.
Next week, your way. I like that it's been like a weird alternating thing where every week something's been going on.
Yes,
so I think
it's either you or me.
Yeah, last week was I was helping out the finish line of the cyclothon. Congratulations to the boys for.
I heard they made another milli.
They made a milli. It was crazy, honestly.
That's good.
I find it really fun as well. So like cyclothon number 4, I believe. So there's been like.
This is the fourth one.
So on like cyclothon number 4, and it's like a big charity event. As a man who's worked behind the scenes of like 2 cyclothons now, let me tell you, it's a big like thing just to get the money raised and get companies on board and yada yada yada.
Sounds clicky.
Could be. I'll leave that to you. So behind this, it's a big thing. Like you're dealing with like brands and yada yada yada, and the whole thing comes together. And then they cycle an extreme distance to raise money for charity. And all in all, it's like, oh, what a nice event. What a beautiful event of people coming together to raise money for a good cause. And then like the event finishes, raise $1 million, well done. I go on Twitter just to be like, repost some stuff, be like, congratulations, boys. And there's still people fucking chatting shit and shitting on the event for reasons that don't make sense. Like it'll be things like, well, you could have raised money for this other charity I like. And I'm like,
are you complaining about a charity event? What the fuck is wrong with you?
There were people complaining about a charity event. I saw someone say something like, I forgot. It was really stupid. It was something on the lines of, "I don't believe this money's going to charity. I think this guy is just stealing the money."
You can track charity donate. What the fuck are you talking about?
You can literally track donations.
They have to.
You have to. Legally.
You legally have to track charity donations. Otherwise, it's not a charity and the IRS will come down and hunt your ass.
So hard. Holy shit. The thing is, because he's doing it in like multiple countries too, like it's the charity event is happening in Japan.
I assume the actual charity like thing is in America because that's
exactly
where the foundation is.
So like the foundation's in America, the charity event's happening in Japan, and then donations are happening in both yen and dollars, depending where the money is coming from. Japan is actually more strict about charity donations than America is. And America's pretty damn strict. So you have 2 very strict countries about like charity donations doing this big event together, basically. And you have people still going, but what if he stuck his hand in the honey jar? It's like, it's literally impossible. You have the shitstorm it would cause is insane. Like you couldn't keep it quiet. A lot of like domestic companies find it hard to jump into charity events because they know like afterwards they have work to do as well. So you donate the money and then you have extra work to do on like behind the scenes. It's a massive thing. Yeah. So like, it was really interesting to finish and then seeing people shit on the event and being like, wow, you guys, you always have haters, no matter what you do.
Yeah,
you raise $1 million for charity, people still. That's crazy. That's insane.
And it's not like, it's not like this is the first time this has been run. You're on time 4, going to
like 5th, next year, whatever,
into 5. I assume you're gonna do it next year too because you made what 3 years in a row that has been over $1 million.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So like, that's a huge charity event, especially if like all like outside of cost of like whatever to run it, which is probably like minimal because you're riding a bike. So like food and gas, maybe like
hotels,
higher
than you think, but lower than
out of $1 million. That's maybe $5,000. Like I think I'm being generous.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's like, okay, you're gonna complain about $5,000 out of $1 million that's gonna be donated. It's and like,
even then,
get off your fucking high horse.
Even then, hilariously, like the money donated, like the money pools that are going for donations, the money that coming to help run the event, complete different streams, like complete different pots. So the donor is not touched at all. Like with companies coming in, like we want to donate X amount of money to the charity, and we want to give X amount of money to run the project.
Yeah,
Fucking
that kind of stuff screams the same as like people complaining about white people donating to Gaza and Palestinians because they don't actually care, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck me, dude. No, yeah, there's a lot of that recently as well, especially with like how many global conflicts and charity stuff is going on currently. It's
especially hypocritical coming from people who don't donate anything.
This like. You're not running an event. You're not donating to charities.
Right, exactly.
You're at home behind your computer typing on like Twitter with a fake profile, and it's always the fuckers with anime profile pictures.
I mean, they're a dime a dozen
every fucking time, dude. What was the meme I saw? What was it? British detected, opinion rejected.
Fair enough.
I've been using that for like 2 weeks straight now. Anytime someone's like, well, actually, I think, I'm like, whoa, are you British? Yeah. I was like, oh, sorry, man. Oh, cool. No. British detected, opinion rejected. You fucking hate it. It's so good.
I mean, it is always those people who are like weird LARPers. I think. You ever like this is completely unrelated?
No, go on.
You might have come across them because they post stuff about Japan. There's a guy who is like literally LARPing so fucking hard about being from Japan. He's not Japanese. He lives in the UK.
He's never Japanese bull or something.
I don't think it's the same guy.
Okay,
but,
go for it. Yeah.
Probably they're probably playing out of the same playbook because it only has 2 pages and they can't read. So, yeah, and it's just like this LARPing of like Japan used to be this way and it was, this is what's happening in Japan. It's like the man has never like they have it on good authority because people did some like fucking sleuthing on whoever this was. Like, it's not hard if you're smart because people are dumb and they'll use the same account names or like email addresses for multiple accounts,
things. Yeah.
And they could just like trace, do like a fucking Pepe Silva, connect the red things and figure out where you're from, right? So they find out that he's like a fucking 18-year-old white kid from the UK LARPing as a Japanese man.
Wasn't there like another one that was, I think it might be the same person or different, but it was like a 70-year-old British white dude LARPing as like a Japanese guy, and
so it's probably something like that.
And they knew it was like they knew for like a fact he was a 70-year-old white guy British LARPing a Japanese person because he outright came out and admitted it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yes, Dan, you know who it is.
That's the guy. Yes. He outright admitted.
He outright admitted it, and it's like, well, and
then he deleted it, and he was like, it's like actually nah, dude. And it's not forever.
But now it's like, okay, we know that you're LARPing, so like nothing you say I can take at any kind of face value.
But the thing is, he still does it, and people that aren't in the know or don't really see it are like, well, actually, famous Japanese man, this guy
said this.
He said these things, and if the Japanese are saying it, it must be true. Like, I bet bro also defends.
My source is I made it the fuck up.
Bro also defends $80 Mario Kart Worlds. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. What a laugher.
I mean, Nazi, $80 Mario Kart Defender.
Hand in fucking hand, dude. Jeez. But no, there's been a lot of notes on Twitter. I've actually a little while ago I muted everything from Twitter. I check it like
everything.
I just mute it. I mute all my apps because they piss me off. No, legit. Mute your apps. It's insane.
Are you talking about like just them sending you notifications on your phone?
Yes. Like being like, hey, jump back in and check out these fucking tweets, my dude.
It's always like shit. I'm just like, why?
In the past, there was this thing where I think in Europe especially, you couldn't they couldn't send you adverts via pop-up message notification thing on your phone. And then that changed. So now, especially like I'm with like JAL and ANA and Turkish Airlines. I have those apps. And Turkish Airlines randomly, it's 4 a.m. I'm sleeping. My phone's like, bing, and I'm like, oh shit. Is that it's my phone messaging me at 4 a.m. I wonder what it is. It's Turkish Airlines being like, hey, hold on, we got some great deals. Some great deals on flights to Turkey. And I'm like, you fucking cut. It's 4 a.m. Shut the fuck. So I was like, yo,
do you need rhinoplasty?
Bro, you need some
other facial surgery?
How's your hairline, my G? Do you need that rework?
You brush your molars?
What's going on the molars, dude? We can get you set
get
up,
you everything.
Dude. We get you set the fuck up. So I'm like, wow, you've just lost your notification privilege. I take them away. Them, Uber Eats, every airline app. Dude, Twitter.
So I had like a similar type of thing happen on Twitter where you know how like so like content on Twitter is served up to you based on like posts you've interacted with, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why this was so strong, but I'm scrolling through my like just my feed or for you feed or whatever, right? And have you heard of this like recent it's like a gacha game, but it's like a cute Bishonen anime boy who like
Love in Deep Space.
loves yeah.
I know
I
this,
fat fingered a fucking
You're done.
post on it.
You're done.
And then it just
You're
kept
done.
coming, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I
done.
don't want to see this. Reload my For You feed. It just keeps coming. I'm like, whoa, like this must have some like insane fucking pull in the algorithm. Why
does.
fat fingering one fucking post keeps it coming up.
Do you know how popular that game is? We did
apparently more popular than I thought.
Oh, we did a couple of like integration ad reads on YouTube.
Sure, yeah.
They're really cool. They honestly great company because we're like, hey, can we make a crazy ad read for this and like do crazy integrations? They're like, go crazy. They'll do what you want. They're like, here's the money, do the ad read, make it good. We're giving you creative control. As long as you hit these talking points, we're fine. We know games. We know fucking Guna games. We're making this. You know ad reads.
Yeah,
we leave it to you. Here. And we knocked out the fucking park. It was great ad read, great thing. But then some of our staff members got into the game, and it's all they talk about.
Weird.
It's a fighting.
So wait, it's like an actual game?
It's a fighting game. So the fighting portions of the game. No, I know.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So the fighting portions of the game are really impressive. Like really well done. Like really sort of action beat 'em up style like combat game. Really well done. Really cool. To get to the Guna parts of the game, you gotta clear the action story parts.
I thought maybe I'm thinking of something.
No, you're not.
But I thought this was like the Bishonen boy who says I'm in love with you and is like, hey, your period's in 3 days.
That's it.
That's it. Is it that?
It's
game?
the same game.
What the fuck kind of a game is this?
One of the greatest games conceived by man because it hits all. So I also was with you. I was like, oh, a Guna game for girls. Woo!
Cool, they need one.
They need one.
They need one.
They needed one, and they've got one. And,
Sure.
and it's the best one they could have been offered.
Yeah.
And also, one of my colleagues plays it a lot. Like she's in deep. And I was like, "Yo, how's the Guna game?" She's like, "Well, I gotta beat storyline mission 2.1." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You log on, you touch some virtual abs." He says like yada yada or something, sends you to bed, and the game game's over.
That's what I thought the game was.
She loads up this game, and it is the crispiest, clearest action game I've seen. To the extent where I was like, if I could play this game and just no gooning parts, I would.
Huh.
It looks sick. I'm showing along low right now.
That
looks fucking sick.
That's weird.
Dude, I know.
Because like I didn't do like kind of like cursory. Like that's the only information. I only got the information about the Gunner half of that game. Apparently.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is exactly what it is. It's like some like weird virtual boyfriend game. And like it's like an Otome game.
No.
Where you're like I don't know, like you're just you're talking to a boy and he's like, I love you every night. And you're like, thank you, boyfriend. I'm going to bed now. Bye. Like that was what I thought it was.
Here is the I picked up a random clip. Here is the fighting part of the game.
Okay. Whoa, it's like an action. I thought this was gonna be the four dudes in a line type of game. It's like Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact for Gunas. And it's...
I mean, Genshin Impact is Genshin Impact for Gunas.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Look, the game is good. It looks good. It's a great game. It's heavy as fuck, though. This thing will break your phone.
I feel like my phone would probably start to take off and become like hot enough I could grill an egg on it.
Oh, you could. But like, it's great. Like, it looks...
You know what it looks like?
Go on.
It looks like a Korean MMO.
Yes.
Is exactly what it looks like.
Yes, that's what it is. It looks like it's a Korean MMO
on your phone.
On your phone for Gunas. Well, I mean, that's what a Korean MMO is. But,
Korean MMOs are.
Hold on.
Have you ever seen Black Desert? Let me tell you about Black Desert.
Jesus Christ.
Do you want me to pull you up the character selection for Black Desert?
Please pull me up the character selection for Black Desert. Is a sus name for a game. You need to relax, guys.
It's,
Yes, for goodness. Wasn't Sydney addicted? Yes, Sydney is also addicted. Emily Chu is addicted, and all their addictions come from one colleague at my company. Let
me go to the Black Desert wiki. It's probably better, I think. Or I'll just go to their main page. They'll have a character picky deal.
100%.
No, I'm not from Japan, thanks.
Are you from Japan?
Overview, class introductions. Okay, hang on. I gotta flip to the browser section.
You gotta find the one that's not gonna get instantly fucking cracked on.
Okay, so moving on.
Oh god! No. Oh shit! It's that bad.
Okay, so like you can see like I'm not even gonna like click half of these because I really
don't risk.
No, well it is what it is, right? Like let me see which one. I mean, there's pretty Bishonen boys in here too.
Yeah. He looks like Ken from Street Fighter.
This guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he is called the Striker.
He's called the Striker. That's Korean.
Where's the lady wizard?
With a giant hat? Is that one the wizard?
No, this is a guy, I think. But weirdly enough, in the default selection for the wizard, because I played this game when it first came out, I know for a fact that he was like a Gandalf-looking ass motherfucker, so they've clearly changed him. But I don't. Oh, it must be Witch, obviously. Why am I?
Yeah. Give it a.
Yeah. Okay. She looks like, it's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, global.
I mean, let's
sinking their money into this stuff, dude. Dude, Spike Loyal said, "I almost played Black Desert." Nice, good job.
At the time, Black Desert really was like how do you say?
It was the game to play.
No, it has a lot of interesting systems, but that game ran like shit, and I think it just ran like shit forever, unless you had a really good computer. And even now that I have a good computer, it still runs like shit. So I don't know what the situation was.
I remember Black Desert. Now you bring up the Wizard. It was one of the games you were like, you should play. It's pretty good, Jordan. You were telling me like Black Desert is pretty fun to play. I remember you going through like the characters and like they're being like wizards and such.
It's neat, but like I definitely wouldn't say it's a good game to play. I think a lot of the interesting stuff is like more around the like trading economy stuff. I'm not gonna get into like a fucking rant about Black Desert, but like everything runs in real time.
That's cool.
It has. Does anyone in chat have the same problem for clicky audio? I fucking hope not. But anyway, so the interesting thing about Black Desert is like everything is run in real time.
Yeah.
But where you sell and make shit is also like depends on like what city or place your guys are from, right? So like you can only sell goods in a specific place, but sometimes you want to make those things in a different place because they'll get bonuses or they'll be better. And you have to transport them from A to B. So you can do stuff where like you set up a caravan that moves in real time from point A to point B. So like you actually have to think about like the logistics of moving shit around, which I think is like as a concept for a game where like shit can happen while you're not playing is really cool. But everything else about the game, I'm kind of like, on.
It's bad that you the second you said, "Oh, the economy is really good," the first thing I thought was, "How do I crash this economy?"
Yeah.
How do I destroy?
Well, I mean, how you do it is botting. But,
no, that's not. No, in a fun like breaking the game type way. No,
I'm sure there's a way that you can do it, but I don't know.
You just start bringing in landlords. you just start.
Dan, honestly, the audio problems might just be you.
Sorry, babe. I'll look in and check. Actually, I got a headphone here. But anyway, continue. I'm listening.
Yeah. So I don't know where we're going with this.
No, that's it. No, you're good.
Gooners,
David, how was your 2 weeks? How have you been?
It's fine. I just went to work. Like,
oh god,
I'm not gonna trail on about going to work because I don't think that's very interesting. I went to work. It was okay. The end. Nothing strange happened.
Little clicks.
What do you mean?
I can hear some clicks.
You can hear some clicks when someone talks.
Occasionally, yeah.
Okay.
Very, very faint, I think. That's weird.
Okay. In that case, give me 1 second. This is not going to affect the audio recording, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Okay, how about now? Still clicky, not so clicky. Should be okay.
I think it's better. Hold on, I'll double ear up.
Okay, well,
it's better. Good.
Okay, yeah, it might have. Okay, it must have been the just my thing is weird or like it was just odd. Okay, anyway, oh shit, but that will affect the audio on this end. So I gotta start re-recording. Hang on. Oh my god, this is gonna be annoying.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Quick. The click is gone. It's
It
like
is,
you both.
but,
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fucking nightmare.
You're good. Oh, right now, Monster Hunter is Wilds is killing my PC, bro. Okay, Spike. Yes, Monster Hunter Wilds almost killed my bro's PC. Like, it's absolutely insane. What a game.
Let's see.
I'm really glad I ponied up all the money I ponied up for my new computer, because playing with a lot of Baldur's Gate recently, doing a lot of not anymore. I've been doing editing now, but when I was playing a lot of Baldur's Gate, I was trying to see how far I could push the PC just by stacking things and making giant explosions and stuff, and smooth, but perfectly okay. But I was seeing something online where people are trying to brick the game. Oh, the recording.
Yeah, it is. It is I didn't stop the audio. The audio will be fine on the YouTube version. I'm just trying to figure out why it's not picking up now
on Audacity, on
the other things.
Probably input output blah blah blah, and then
it's fuck's sakes.
Big reset, small reset.
Yeah, it might have. Hang on, just
we need a thingy. You know those technical
we'll
be right back. We broke the system. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
We've accidentally shattered the computer. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know. Like me for some reason.
You'll be fine.
Even though I haven't changed anything. So.
But there's always been spiders in the system.
But it's never been where it's clicky like that, and I've usually never had to do it mid.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
mid thing. So let me see here if I open a recent
I believe in the power of you.
Yeah.
I would.
Weird. It's not picking up the microphone.
I took 1 week off and got rusty. Is that in Monster Hunter Wilds you got rusty in, or was that in Baldur's Gate?
Why the fuck is it not?
I believe in you.
Well, this is all going to be cut out of the
audio,
audio version.
This is just for the live stream.
So yeah, why the fuck?
I'll leave it to you, as there's currently nothing I can do to help.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this.
Don't know why. I will scroll down.
It should be okay. The way I have it set up should be fine, but it's not.
Yeah, true. No, 100%. Dan said we took 1 week off from the podcast. Dude, we don't remember past settings. I was actually looking up setting up streaming stuff and realized it's a massive fucking pain in the ass.
I mean, I can help you out.
Yeah, eventually. It's like an eventual thing for me, honestly. It's not going to be during Golden Week, probably after Golden Week when I've finished all my editing. But then the question is what do I want to stream? And I realized probably just editing stuff. I don't know if I'd want to play.
There we
games
go. I had to rearm and re-record the thing. Okay, fucking piece of shit.
Don't worry about it. Shit happens. You're fine.
So now the issue here is, though, I don't know who's on what channel. So
don't worry about it.
We might have you on my channel, mine on your channel. It might be okay.
My keyboard broke the other day, so I went about and bought a new one. Got home, and the old one was.
All right. Well.
What the fuck? My keyboard broke the other day, so I went out, bought a new one, got home, and the old one was working again.
Now you got another keyboard. Okay, sorry. Back to what we were talking about. Work is work, and I don't really need to talk about it. The end.
Excellent. Good to hear. Work is work. A lot of my things are covered with NDAs, and I can't talk about it on a podcast. So that's kind of legitly.
That's fine.
It's so weird. But it's fine. I like my job. Legitly. Your job's fine though. You're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
I think that's kind of the most important thing, especially
That's probably why I don't need to talk about it, because shit's not on fire or I hate my life. So
I felt this.
That's an improvement. Just across the board.
No, 100%. I felt this like normally during the week we would be discussing like workplace like insanities or dramas or some crazy shit's going down. But recently it's just been like, how you doing? Vibing, chilling,
it's fine.
hanging out, working, going home, which I think that's kind of like the peak. It's kind of where you want to be. I want a job that is not stressful. There's no weird drama going on. Everyone's just chilling and vibing, just getting stuff done. Like that's kind of like peak. That's what I want. I don't want a stressful work environment, so I go home tired and stressed, you know?
Yep.
That's how it should be. But anyway, guys, it's Golden Weekend currently, to bring it back to a Japan-centric topic. This is probably the worst Golden Week I've seen to date.
It's pretty dog shit.
For those that don't know, Golden Week is basically, it's a big connection of Japanese holidays that are really close together. So government decided, hey, mandatory holidays, anyone? But the problem is the way the holidays position themselves every year is random.
Yes.
So this year it's terrible. This year...
Because 1 or 2 of those days fell on the weekend, which you would get off anyway.
Yeah. So that kind of sucks.
So...
I was... Oh my God. I was joking in the office. I was basically like, well, guys... okay, hold on. So the holiday is... We had Tuesday 29th. That's pretty good. That's a Tuesday. But then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's all work.
Yep. So you worked on Monday, then you're off on a random Tuesday.
Then 3 days of work.
Yep.
And I know what you're saying. You can just take those off. Do it. Do it. Enjoy what is basically the worst time to live and travel in Japan ever.
Oh,
it is fucking horrible. Because everyone takes these days off and everyone goes traveling. It's awful. Then like Saturday, that's a holiday, like an actual like national holiday. So is Sunday. Then we have Monday and Tuesday. So we basically have what is just a long weekend.
Yep.
And
it's basically 2 long weekends in a row, which, I mean, I guess you shouldn't complain too much about.
take it.
But when the alternative is I don't have to work for a week, that kind of sucks.
So I was like, don't worry. Next year, it'll be better. It's not. I fast forwarded to 2026 Golden Week. Dude, here's Golden Week next year. Wednesday, that's a holiday. That's Showa Day. We love that. Thursday, Friday is work.
Yep.
Saturday, luckily this year, a national holiday has not fallen on the Saturday.
Okay, that's an improvement.
But it has fallen on the Sunday and the Tuesday. You realize I've left out Monday. Do you know why?
Because it's not a holiday.
No, it's worse. It's more annoying. 2 national holidays have fallen on the same day.
Why?
2 national holidays have fallen on the same... You bastard.
Fuck you, son.
Damn you, son. So we could have had the 6th off as well and had like a nice long week. And instead we have nothing.
What's on the Monday that's...
Constitution Day?
Well, that shouldn't change.
No, and also Greenery Day. The fuck is Greenery Day?
That must be like off-brand Earth Day.
No, yeah, legitimately, because like this year, Constitution Day is technically today, and Greenery Day is on the 6th. I guess it's the 6th. I don't know how the holidays work, but it's not good next year as well. No, so that fucking sucks. We have nothing to look forward to. Very David. David, you were telling me you have a very interesting video, and
It is live.
I'm keen to see this video.
People on YouTube, it is live.
We're live.
I'm
gonna.
Yeah, I had a video.
Show me.
So this video it just kind of like came across my timeline.
Go on.
It is part of a longer video, but we're only going to watch the last 4 minutes because those are the only ones that I think are relevant to us at this time. So let me set the stage here. I want to just say up front, I don't know any of the people in this video, so if they turn out to be
Nazi
sympathizers,
both
of them are black, so I think I'm probably okay, but you never know. Kanye exists.
Fuck, I try to forget.
Just saying
that Kanye exists on a daily basis, dude. Jeez, lock me in, dude.
Okay, so the topic of this video specifically is about tourism in Japan, specifically about like how you act while you're here.
Okay, as in general, how you act while you're in the country, or as in,
kind of, and it's like, I don't know. I think it's maybe just better to. It's a lot about like, are Japanese people racist when it comes to coming in the country and like how you should act when you're here, kind of, right?
Okay,
because at least
that's interesting.
The reason why I bring this up is because I think like more recently than before is that there have been this kind of spat of really shitty tourists.
There have been.
Right. And the issue is they kind of treat Japan like it's a
giant playground.
Right?
Yes.
Not only that, they're doing other shit that is just like not cool. So I think this is a very interesting
take.
Well, no, but actually yes, but not really, but yes. Yeah. So I think it's an interesting take, just mostly because I feel like he hits on points that I couldn't articulate about living here and how people view Japanese people as racist, which definitely some of them probably are.
Yeah.
They exist. But it's not necessarily like you should go to, oh, they're racist immediately.
No. Yeah.
But let's just we'll just watch the clip.
That's super interesting.
I have the subtitles on. This is kind of jumping in like a little bit in the middle. The guy talking is called Frank Zanu.
What's the video name in case
the video it's on the screen, you can see it. But it is the Zanu Project Rethink is the name of the video. Specifically the one where he's talking to someone named Nancy Forville.
Interesting.
So we'll if you want to listen to it, you can. I've listened to it. I have subtitles here, so it doesn't bother me.
Thank you.
Mostly, you just have to listen to it.
Go for it. I'm listening. I'm locked in.
Well, as you say, you're not careful to want to know why. Until I met the mayor of my town, Hoyashi, in Japan, and I told my mayor, why when I'm going to Japanese restaurants, they tell me away. When I go to the, ryokan, they tell me away, and he said, no, they're not racist. We become jittery when we don't know how to interact. It's called xenophobia. You don't want to look stupid. In Japanese, they just want to be perfect all the time. If I'm going to serve this man and I make a mistake, my face is down. So rather, avoid it. So he gave me a word to use, which is a greeting that says, I am sorry for being a burden on you. And it changed everything.
So once you said that?
Yes. She knows that.
But I wouldn't want to walk around thinking that I'm a burden.
Well, then stay in your country. Don't go anywhere.
Well, I want to visit. I want to.
There is something called multicultural communication, multicultural understanding, multicultural. We teach it. It's very expensive. You think it's there for nothing? It's there to prepare you to know where you're going and how to make the larger community feel comfortable. Not for them to make you feel comfortable. You buy that comfort.
So because you don't know how to serve me, I need to dumb down.
No. It's not a dumbing down. That's a very American, and
I'm basically saying I'm so sorry that you cannot serve me.
You have come to.
But can you serve me?
No.
Yeah. So, very quickly pausing it because already I agree with him 100%. The diving into Japan is weird, and we got to caveat this entire conversation with Japanese people can be racist.
Yes.
I've had people be racist towards me in 100%. Japan. Like, it's not. This isn't like a new thing.
No.
I've had someone like point some racist shit. Rudugakse Jordan had some guys point some racist shit towards me to the extent where 3 seconds in I was like, that's some racist shit. And then all the foreigners I was with were ready to fight. But like ready to beat up this salaryman and his little cohort. And then we start getting Larry and they're like, oh, we fucked up. They're like, go. We're really sorry. Because they said some racist shit and they feel like they can get away with it. And instantly people were like, we're going to beat you up. A couple of days ago, I'm walking in the park. Massive park near my house. Fucking huge. Walking around. We stop for a little picnic. Got a little tinny. Got some snacks. Hanging out. Woman stops on her bike. Looks at me. Guess what? She goes, oh my God. Is that your real hair? And then she stops herself and she goes, wait, sorry. That's rude to ask. But is it? And I'm like, no, yeah. That's my hair. She's like, oh, she's like, it's fantastic. I'm really sorry to ask. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. And then we had a whole like 20-minute conversation about like me living in Japan and hair and yada yada. But that's the difference. Like, it's a very clear difference between someone being outlandishly racist and someone being curious and not knowing how to approach the situation. And I think when you're working in a company, you're working in a yokan or like a restaurant or something, and people walk in and they go, fuck, some foreigners are here. No one on staff speaks Japanese. Speaks English. Our entire thing is we got to give like A-star 100 perfect Japanese service. We're gonna fuck up. There's gonna be complaints. They're gonna Google review us and tell us we were bad. We can't have this. Get out. We can't deal with this because that's like their first sort of go to all the times.
Right.
So I get it. Yeah.
Because the reaction is it is more beneficial to both of us.
Yeah.
That I don't serve you because I know that you will have
a bad,
not necessarily
bad,
that I know you'll have a bad experience, but the chances are that you're going to have a bad experience, or you're not going to understand what's going on, right?
100%, yeah. It depends on, like, obviously language learning and language.
Right.
That's why for a long time, fucking hell, dude, since season 1, you and me have been like racking on the thing of learn Japanese. Learn some Japanese. Remember that? Season 1 and 2 was like, it was like a mantra. We're like, oh.
It's like every fucking
It was
episode
every
at
fucking.
this
Well, like,
point.
the best way to avoid was to learn Japanese. And obviously, this man is, he's saying it in a way that's far more eloquent than we were saying it. But he's right, because what we had said for years now is that speaking a little Japanese as a tourist here opens so many more doors and creates a situation that's a lot easier for you to, put yourself into, basically. If you walk into a restaurant and they're like, whoa, what the fuck, who's this person? You speak a little Japanese, you go, oh, sumimasen, futari daijoubu desu ka? It's dog shit, but they're like, like, okay, sick. He speaks a little, I speak a tiny bit of English. Okay, cool. We can make this work. You walk in, American flag blazing, and you're like, table for two. They're like, yeah, fuck off, mate. Ain't got time. Get out, dude.
But
like,
I think it's interesting that he said, like, you know, once I was taught to just be like,
a little humble with it, yeah.
not humble, but you know, being like, I'm sorry that I'm going to be an issue coming in here. I know that, like, I have the self introspection to know that I could be a problem. Where I think a lot of people will go to Japan or go to places that are like very Japanese, like especially places like I feel like Kyoto, maybe not so much anymore because it's been very tourist
overrun,
which is kind of fucking sad, to be honest. But that is the way it is now. But they'll go to somewhere more
local,
more local, less touristy, more local, and it's just not. You're gonna be like, oh man, like what the fuck do I do, right?
Yeah. 100%. If you go up to like some of the kind of like second, third time visiting Japan, kind of not super popular but kind of popular towns. I forgot the one's called. Up in the mountains somewhere. Did a Tokyo creative video that was really cool, but that area is not very touristy. But there are some tourists there, so you get yourself in a situation where people are like, I don't know how to deal with you. I don't know how to talk to you. And if you walk into a place and like, that alone is like, they're like, okay, he gets it.
You're starting off from a position where you're putting that person at ease that maybe I can handle this situation.
I feel sorry for, I think Americans and some Europeans won't like the concept of having to bring themselves sort of down, like having that whole introspective look and being like, hey, sorry if I'm a burden, but kind of thing.
Right.
There is like an ego thing that comes, especially when you come from like a certain country. There is an ego thing that comes in where you're like, especially Americans, but they're like, we're the greatest, we're number one, everyone's learning history, everyone knows about us, we're the best.
Yeah.
They generally think that way. Then coming to like Japan, they're like, why isn't...
You're here to serve me. That kind of mentality. And it's
exactly.
like, yes,
but I can't. Like,
right.
Yes, I'm here to serve you to some extent in the parameters of this restaurant you've walked into, but you don't have the ability to help me serve you.
Right.
And I don't have the ability to serve you. And I understand that you want to be served, but even if I try my best, you're not going to come down off your pedestal and make it easier for me to serve you. And I can tell that by your attitude, the way you've carried walking into this place. Like, they'll be like, I just know. Yeah,
I can tell just by how you are. And I think that's why he specifically mentioned, like, you know, hey, I learned this. It sounds very like ridiculous. But like, I learned this one word, and he's like, it changed everything.
Yeah.
Where I think like that could be all it really is, right?
No, yeah.
Because it's disarming in a way.
Yes.
I think as a person, when you're having an interaction with someone, even in your own language, if you start a conversation with like, yeah, I'm like really sorry that I'm having to fucking bother you with this shit.
Yes.
The person is going to be more likely to help you because maybe they feel bad for you or something, right? But it's not like it's weird that specifically, she said, like, I have to lower myself. Like, I have to denigrate. It's like, who fucking
Who
cares?
fucking cares?
Like, where's your ego on that? Like, that,
Bro,
that
yeah.
to me is, like, fucking weird.
That's what I thought as well. So, like, the second she's like, oh, I have to denigrate myself down to, like, I was like, yeah, fucking do it, dude. If why are you seeing it as denigration? Why are you seeing it as lowering yourself? And more importantly, why wouldn't you? You're in someone else's country. You're a guest in these lands, and you want I don't know, you want to eat at a restaurant.
Want preferential treatment?
Yeah. Like, fuck you, dude.
As
like,
he says, you're coming in and disturbing the status quo.
Yeah.
And you expect to be served?
Yeah.
Like, why? You are the one who's wrecking
Exactly.
the wa.
The wow.
Right? Like, so why would you expect them to change everything for you when you are the issue?
It reminds me a lot of, like, house hunting stuff as well in Japan. Like, this is like a little caveat, but it connects. Like, when you're house hunting in Japan, there are like foreigner special agencies that specialize in getting foreigners houses. You can go for like the normal, they're more expensive as well.
Yep.
And you can go for the normal job market, the normal like housing market as well. That's what I did to get my current apartment. But there is that that sort of borderline lower understanding of like, you might not get an apartment or you might not get the apartment you want because
just solely based on the fact that you're foreign.
you're a foreigner, and that fucking sucks. And it is fucking xenophobic, and to some extent, depending on like how they premise it, it's also fucking racist.
Yeah.
Fucking racist. And then people get really hyped about it. I get hyped about it, but at the end of the day, after the fact, during the situation, after the fact, forgive me, I'll be hyped about it. I'll be like, this fucking dog shit. I'll get on the podcast. I'll be like, this is fucking dumb. Japan, sort your shit out. But in the moment, I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. Because I'm like, whatever, dude.
Okay,
like, cool. All right, next. Because I'm not going to put myself in a situation that's going to be bad for me in the long run. You know?
Right, yeah. 'Cause at that point, you're not winning.
You're not winning
I
shit.
don't think you're going to argue yourself out of...
Exactly, yeah. And if this person wants to racist, xenophobia, whatever you want to call it, themselves out of money, go for it, dude. Like,
yeah, it's not... Yeah, I'll find someone else, right?
There's a million... I'll find somewhere else. I don't care what area I live in. It's perfectly okay. That's fine. Like, cool. Enjoy your Japan on your apartment complex. That's cool. We'll see how long that lasts, my dude. But that's perfectly okay. You walk away, you leave it how it is. You let, like, the economy sort itself out, basically. Like, and I think... when certain people get into those situations, they do have that ego thing. You can't reject me, my American dollar, I'm the customer. And it's like, no, they can. And yet, shit. But just let it go. Just let it slide, because there's always more apartments. What if it was my dream apartment? It wouldn't be. Because you have a shitty racist landlord. So it wouldn't be your dream apartment. Move on. Like it. And I get it. This guy's
he keeps cooking here.
This guy's cooking.
I need to dumb down.
No. It's not a dumbing down. That's a very American, and
I'm basically saying I'm so sorry that you cannot serve me.
You have come to.
But can you serve me?
No, you've come to disturb what we call disturb.
Disturb.
A status quo, a functioning status quo. You, if you are a man of conscience, you know that I am different. I cannot expect the majority to disorganize themselves to accommodate me. I have to find that accommodation, make them feel that I come with knowledge about you. So when they say...
But don't they know I'm traveling to their country? Don't they know that there are, visitors? There's people coming.
Yeah, there are foreign hotels. We call them foreign hotels. Go there. You go in.
So stay at the Marriott?
That's correct. That's why we have the ryokan. Ryokan is traditional Japanese hotels.
Okay.
You take off your shoes and your clothes at the door, standing naked, and a woman will give you what is called yukata, and you wear it.
Okay.
You understand?
Maybe not today.
And then you wear sneakers.
Not naked.
The whole bamboo floor is polished. You can eat from it. You all, men and women, have to take a shower in one spring water, okay? Warm spring. Sit and I wash your bag. Western people are not comfortable doing that. So don't come here. But out of curiosity, some of we for...
He might be from a different generation.
He's from a different generation. I know he's someone as well. He's talking about the old school mixed bath ryokan that's like very traditional. Those still exist. There's like 3 or 4 of them left in the entirety of Japan. I think something stupid like that. But yeah, he's right. He's good. There are certain hotels that have been established that you will never see a Japanese person in there. Like, I guarantee it.
Nope.
Like there are hotels, especially now in Tokyo currently, the hotel market now after Corona is completely fucked. Completely fucked. So like a lot of like businessmen coming to Japan will like stay in Saitama and Chiba and Kanagawa in the hotels there and travel into Japan. Where in the past they would just stay in like Tokyo proper, because it's so much more expensive now. So the hotel market is basically for foreigners, for international travelers, basically. So You go into a hotel and they go, cool, we know you. We know who you are. We know you're here to travel.
Because we're specifically made to service these types of travelers.
We're made to service these travelers. To the extent where I'm on the other side of the playbook. Because you're coming in, you, an international person, is coming to Japan to stay at Hotel X, and you're like, wow, my God, oh, it's so good. Oh, English at the door. Oh my God, yeah. Oh, here's my passport. Yeah. All the rooms are great. Oh, having a good time. I'm the reverse. I'm rocking in. I've checked in online on my fucking phone on my Japan-only Japanese app. I'm already checked in, baby. I'm walking. I just want my key. I go to the front. They're like, oh, hello. Are you checking in? I'm like, yeah, more. She must start. I'll put it there. And they're like, oh, wow. But they're still like, oh, this foreign, this tourist speaks Japanese. They're like, oh, passport, what the maska? Do you have your passport? And I'm like, bitch, I live here. You're upsetting things for me. I pay, once again, I always bring out this, I pay tax here. This is my whole thing for a while. You don't pay tax, you don't get an opinion. I pay tax here. Fuck you, dude. When I go to a hotel and I have to check in as an international person, as a foreign living in Japan, it's more of a pain for me. The amount of fucking times I've got to be like, no, I don't have my fucking passport. They're like, oh, you need, it's less now, but it'd be like, oh, you need
your passport
to check in. I'm like, no, I don't. What are you talking about? Why would I have it? I live here. I've lived for like 5-6 years now.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not coming from overseas. I live here.
I live here. Like, I think I told him, I was like, I live here. She's like, you're visiting? I was like, I live here. Like in Japanese, I'm like, sundemasu yo, Kanagawa. Kanagawa, gojojimasu ka? Kanagawa da yo. And she's like, oh, you live here. I was like, I live here. Lock in. And that took 5-10 minutes to get through that process where it should have taken a minute max. It should have been, you checked in? Yeah, here's my thing. And they go, ah, sick. Nice. Do you have your Zydu card real quick so I can look at it? I go, yeah, you go. And they go, nice.
Yeah.
And they go, can we copy this? And I go, no. And they go, okay.
Definitely not.
Yeah, like, can we photo this? No. And they go, all right, cool. Have a good stay. You're done.
So Dan has a question here. I think it's relevant to the topic here. So how long did it take you guys to come to your current understanding of all this? Did you initially have another perspective? I think for me personally, I definitely was on the, it's weird. Yeah. I think maybe you have a similar type of situation to me because we both came here speaking Japanese to some extent, right? So when you when you come in speaking some Japanese, I think where you start, the treatment of how you get treated, where you start is very different, right? Because if you don't know any Japanese, then it's just a struggle right from the get-go. And you assume that when someone goes, oh, we don't serve you here, blah, 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 you're like, oh, that's racist, that's xenophobic, whatever. But I have rarely, if ever had that problem because I'll go to a place and I don't speak any English. I just immediately start with Japanese.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So they just go, okay, like I'll just treat this as a normal
Japanese customer,
conversation. So where I've experienced this the most, again, like Jordan mentioned before, is in looking for a house or real estate.
Oh,
right?
Dude, yeah.
Because it's always like, this house is perfect, it looks great. Let me call the landlord, and then you hear on the phone the lady talking to the guy, and he's like, oh, he's lived here for a while, he's from Canada, he speaks Japanese, blah 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 blah. Oh no, it's not okay. Okay, right. And like, I have no idea what was said on the opposite side of that line. But I can assume that it was something like, I don't want to deal with foreigners, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Usually now that seems to have been mitigated more by, like, he's living with his Japanese wife or partner.
So if you remember, when I was moving to my apartment, the only way I got my apartment was I grabbed the phone from the Fudoyo-san. I was like, give me the phone real quick. And I spoke to the landlord directly in Japanese. And then bro was like, oh, you speak Japanese.
Yeah. So like, I won't have a problem with
he was like, sick. All right, let him in. It's that one.
It sucks, obviously, but this is a solvable solution, right?
Yeah.
And the solution, unfortunately, in Japan, they have that saying of like the nail that sticks out gets hammered down, right? So unfortunately, the solution to this is don't be a nail, and it's, learn Japanese to an extent where that isn't an issue.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, obviously, because Japanese is definitely not easy.
No.
But I think even just starting with like the basics. Even if you're like any encounter, if you start any encounter in Japanese from the get-go, usually the reaction is, right? But then you're like, this fucking guy, right? But once you move past that,
you're good.
Then if you continue to have some kind of a conversation, it's immediately the walls come down immediately because they're not afraid to communicate with you in Japanese anymore because the assumption is, oh fuck, now I have to talk to this guy in English. I don't know English. What do I do?
I have this.
And if you're at a business and you're like, okay, well, you have to think of this from, I think, the business person's perspective, right? Your job is to provide the best, omotenashi that you can, right? And if a person comes in and they don't speak Japanese, but you're still like, oh shit, as this person, I have to give my best service. You know for a fact that the second this interaction starts, you are not going to be able to do that.
Nope.
So it looks better for you to just not have that interaction longer than 10 seconds because you know that you can't reach the level you would with a Japanese speaker.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately for you, that comes off as, oh, we don't serve this people. Oh, it's racism. Oh, it's xenophobia. And to some extent, you're right.
Yep.
But at the same time, they're having to consider what their position is within their job, with their boss, with whatever, right? If you come in and you don't know what you're doing, you're kind of bulling a china shop and you cause an issue. Now it's like, well, fuck this, I dealt with them. I let them come in.
Yeah.
And
it's now on me.
It's now on me because one, gave shitty service. 2, they got mad at me, so now it looks bad. And 3, it's like, well, what the fuck are they going to say now that they've left?
Yep.
And they didn't understand the conversation.
Yep.
So they could literally say whatever they want.
It doesn't matter.
Because they have no way of confirming what was said, right?
I think I came as an international student. And so international student me and like actual me from like later on is very different. So doing a lot of traveling, doing a lot of like fucking around, a lot of like having a good time. But I think I put myself in more situations where, because of like my Japanese was a lot lower back then, especially the first like 3-4 months, I think I had the same thing where I was like, this shit's racist as fuck, bro. What the fuck? What's going on here? You know, like I would try to go into a cafe or a bar or whatever, and they'll be like, oh no. And then I remember my mind kept slipping to like, oh, this is dog shit. It's fucking racist. This is awful, dude. And I was talking to my Japanese friend. Luckily, they caught me quickly. Like 2 months in, I was thinking a little bit. So my Japanese friend, and I was like, we went to a cafe. They said no, and I was like, oh, what? No foreigners? And the guy said, what? No space. I was like, oh. Then I was like, why did my mind go straight to no foreigners? What the fuck? And I thought about it, and I was like, oh, because like that's the rhetoric that people
you've created the situation in your head.
Yeah, it's a situation I heard a lot. Situation people like bringing up, like, oh,
that must be why, right?
Yeah, this must be why. And I'm like, oh, they were like saying it's just full, like, and he's like, yeah, well, fuck. And I was like, oh yeah, hold on. I think I'm taking situations out of context a little bit where it might have been no foreigners allowed, but it probably just could have been we don't speak Japanese or like right.
So it's like. I think he mentions it in this video later, right? So maybe we'll watch it.
We will. Yeah.
But yeah, he does mention something like that. So we'll talk about it when we get to that part.
Doing that. So don't come here. But out of curiosity, some of we foreigners want to go there. And then it has caused problem already. The woman won't behave this way if there hasn't been a precedent to this. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
People segregate because they know something already.
They know what? They know as a black person that...
They have had situations where maybe they were not, able to... Look, even in the United States, you go to a predominant suburbia town, restaurant, there's going to be a problem soon.
Why is that?
Why are you asking me something you know already?
We have black people who live in suburban area and
I'm not saying the exception. I'm saying largely. We go there. We want to talk loud as when we come to quiet you down. Lady, don't talk to me like that. You have a problem. Let's admit that. Sensible people do it. When I go anywhere and I'm the minority, I have to admit that there is a set status quo that has been working. And now I'm here to disturb it. Yes, it's
so I must behave.
Not behave, if you want to call it those words. You just have to be aware that people are feeling uncomfortable because they want to be right.
I see. Well, Frank,
Well,
definitely.
There was another
Damn.
part in there. But yeah,
Damn. Damn. No, he's correct. He's correct. He's 100% correct. Yeah. I mean, if you take the American example for like the American example, like the suburb stuff, yeah, that has bigger historical roots going back to like segregation and yada yada yada, and people moving moving their families away from like inner cities to go to like white areas and creating their own little like pockets of community to be like, oh, whites only. For a long time, it was like that. It was like, we're not going to sell to black people in this white neighborhood, yada yada. That has like historical racial backings to it. But at the same time, agreed, if I am anything but white and I move myself into a predominantly white neighborhood, and I've decided personally, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't move myself into a predominantly white neighborhood as a black person. I don't want to put myself in the situation, to be fair.
Right.
Like, sure, probably every single house, lovely people, probably amazing. Who knows? Who cares? I don't want to deal with the fact that I could be putting myself in a situation where maybe someone isn't. Maybe someone's racist. Maybe someone's a secret KKK member or whatever. Sure. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. But if I did, second I get that, I'd be like, all right, we got to be best behavior. We got to get like close with the neighbors. We got to put ourselves into the community in a way that people are like, we like this guy. Oh my God, this guy. Oh no, Jordan down the road, he's great. I'm like,
it would be similar to me moving to like Chinatown, right?
Yes.
Or a predominantly black community,
exact
like
same
Oakland
thing.
or somewhere, right? Like,
no, yeah.
It's not that there aren't white people there, right? But they have integrated into that community in a way that what I think the point he's making is that for the time being, when you are traveling, you should try and
understand
how things are working in this society
and lead your exactly.
Try not to fight it as much as possible.
Exactly, because the Oakland example is great, because especially coming from London, we've lost like pockets of like just purely like black people, or just we've like big like Indian communities as well. And occasionally you'll have like the one white guy living in the Indian community or the one white guy living in the black community, and they are part of the community. Like
somehow they've got there. Who knows? Right? Like,
but they've not abandoned like their own like culture, their own like British background to be part of the community. They're still like doing all the British things they want to do at home and in the streets, yada yada yada. But they're also part of the community that's been created, you know?
Right.
And I think that's important. If you're a black person moving to like a white suburb, you want to be part of that community, but you also want to keep like whatever cultural things you're doing, keep them. People love you the more for it. You're gonna throw cool barbecues, do it. Invite the neighbors. They'll love it. They'll love you for it. But you also want to be part of that community. I think Japan is the same thing. Like, especially like living in the housing thing, for example. Very racist, very annoying. The whole thing of like, oh, no foreigners in this house and yada yada. Why?
Yeah, you got to ask why that's the situation.
One person ruined it for everyone. I found the picture recently from like 5-6 years ago when I moved into my apartment. And the person downstairs bagged up all their shit and dumped it outside, and then left the country.
Right.
And that was the reason my landlord was like, no foreigners, no more. Because someone fucked up so badly, they had to make this rule. He was like, no more foreigners, because they fucked up the entire building. It's going to cost us an arm and a leg to fix it. Yada, 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 basically, you know? So I get it. Like, sometimes the backing is just like pure racism, pure xenophobia. But sometimes there's reasons behind it. Like, sometimes it's not racism, xenophobia. Sometimes it's just a foreigner that came before you, fucked it up
for you, yeah.
Fucked it up for everyone. And that's annoying. As a black person in Japan, I cross my fingers every time there's a crime where it's gone, foreigners done crime. I'm like, don't let them be black. For the love of God, do not let them be black. Because like, when it comes to Japan, like historically, there's a whole like white is right thing. Remember like back in the 80s, back in the 70s, where it's like the whole like, they want to date a white guy. Oh,
yeah.
They want to date a white guy. Oh, you're a white guy in Japan. Oh my God, wow, we love you.
And the funny thing is like even in that within that like worldview, even that was racist too, because it was like oh, but also you have to be blonde and have blue eyes and be from Germany.
Yeah,
like, you know, like it's that kind of shit. So I'm like, oh, okay.
we want you to be a white guy, but you got to be American and you got to be like this. If you black hair is fine, but only if you're British. It was a whole thing where it's like. You've came in like 3 marks above like the average foreigner. You are like a higher class of foreigner. It's like, as a black person comes to Japan, I think one of my senpais was like, bro, you're playing with debuffs, and you're playing with less debuffs than you had in the UK, weirdly enough, but you're still playing with debuffs. So like, when you walk into a situation, you want to just be a little bit better than those around you, a little bit more tuned in to like what's happening around you. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of that first like few years living in Japan, a lot of like not trying to disturb the wa, you know, because you will get yourself some situations where you can fuck around so bad that the people who see you fucking around go, black people. Because they won't go foreigners, they'll go, fucking black foreigners bad. And if you're a white guy doing it, they'll do the same thing. They'll be like, white foreigners bad. You're a representative of like your race.
At least in my case, as far as like white foreigners go, it always immediately goes from not white foreigners to, you know, nationality. Fucking Americans. Fucking Australians,
Thank
right?
God,
like, it'll be, weirdly enough, I don't think that they do that kind of delineation. Maybe it's because they're like, because the issue is sucks. Like they go, black people don't come from the UK.
This dude.
Right? So they just assume everyone's from America.
Do you know how many? Do you know
Africa?
Africa.
Depends.
Do you know how many arguments I've won online and otherwise by just being like, no, I'm from the UK. Like, I had a guy write a massive like thing of text me on fucking Instagram comments, basically being like about American. Yeah, about how I'm American, and because I'm American, I believe these things, and I'm wrong because I'm American. And my reply was, I'm from the UK. Just never replied again. I think that comment sits at like 10,000 likes currently. I still get likes on that comment. Like, it's fucking insane. Like, just never replied again.
Because I mean, that dismantles their entire like made up scenario situation.
They're made up fucking wankable scenario where they're like, I got him now. These American blacks.
So Dan wants to play devil's advocate here.
I love a devil's advocate. Go on.
He says, what about little who complain? I don't know what you meant here. What about little who complain in reverse that immigrants don't assimilate well enough into the UK, US, Europe? Like, why do I have to assimilate there if they don't assimilate here?
There's a lot of that. Good devil's advocate, honestly.
It's the same situation.
They do assimilate, yeah. So I can,
to some extent,
I can talk on this. I'm from London, from the UK, with the global melting pot. They assimilate in their own communities, similar how foreigners in Japan will create their own communities. So
sure,
you will have like, you go to the hub on any weekday.
Don't do that.
I mean, don't do that. But if you
if you find yourself trapped at the hub,
do what I do.
Suicide's always an option.
Yes, always an option. do what I do when I go to the hub. Wear a lab coat and a fucking little monocle and pretend you're a doctor and walk around like with a clipboard doing tests on people and like hitting people on the shin and stuff. Just so it seems like you're there for professional reasons only, you know. But people in Japan have created themselves foreigner-only circles. And as much as people go, no, Japanese people are allowed. No, they're not. Japanese people are allowed if they speak English, or if they've been abroad, or if they've lived abroad, or if they have an understanding, or if they're dating someone who's foreign and the foreigner brought them into the situation. It's foreigner circles.
Very, 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 very rarely will you have someone who's just straight up Japanese, doesn't speak English, and is in that larger foreign friend group.
It does not exist. There are circles, there are groups, there are like communities created, which is foreigners only. And although there's no sign saying foreigners only, all the rules have been created to get into the group, to join it, to talk about it. It's all fucking foreigners only, basically. And the same way foreigners do that here, and then still adhere to the social norms of Japan, is the same way that foreigners in England, America, and whatever country do there, where they go, I'm going to build myself a little Pakistan in Hutto in the UK, and that's going to be our little community hub, and I'm going to invite my friends and my family and people that I know who want to come and live in the UK back home, and they do that, and they have little communities, and I couldn't just waltz into that community and be like, yo, can I join? Because they're like, I could, but I'm not gonna know what the fuck is going on. And once again, as the guy was saying in the video, I'm walking into a situation not knowing what's going on, not speaking language, wanting them to change the language to English so I can join in. That's not fair on them. They've created a community.
I agree with you up until the point where people think that their small community supersedes where they've moved to.
Oh, no. Your small community could never supersede where you move to, no matter what. And even if you think it does,
that's what I mean. People who think it does, not fine. Necessarily that it is.
No. You can think whatever the fuck you want to think, but when it comes down to it, the tiny community you've made in whatever country you've decided to make it in, it will never supersede the overarching understanding of the main culture. And even if,
but I think that's where people get mad.
It is, and I think so. These little communities, because the UK has tons of them, these little communities, for most of the time, they're just doing their thing by themselves in their little shitty corner of whatever place, because the UK is shitty, in whatever area of the UK they decided to make it. So let's say in North London, there's a little section, and we call it Vietnam Town, because there's Vietnam stores, and everyone speaks Vietnamese there, and there's like Vietnamese restaurants. I'm banging. That's where I'm going.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fucking sick. And they're like, oh, we want to build like a Vietnamese church.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Go for it. I don't fucking care. Do what you want. Like, where's it going to be? Oh, in Vietnam Town? Yeah, sick. Go for it. Do whatever you want. I don't fucking care. Yeah. Like, because when it comes down to it, the schools your kids are going to aren't going to be Vietnamese, speaking only in Vietnamese schools. You ain't going to get that.
They could be. Depends on how big your community is.
You can try, but is that going to be governed? You can do it.
As someone who taught at an international school, you can definitely have that work.
I mean, if you're rich enough, yeah, you can make that happen. But generally, your kids are going to be exposed to...
A perfect example of this is my brother-in-law.
Nice.
They lived in Germany.
Ooh, sick. That's right.
More than 2 years. Their child went to Japanese school.
That's
all
right.
Japanese school for 2 years in a different country, right?
That's so fucking sick, yeah. But then
it can happen.
No, it can happen. It can happen. That's fine.
But like, then my question is, okay, those kids grew up.
This is my question as well. Go
in Japanese school
in Germany.
But assuming that they stayed there until even adulthood,
yeah.
How would you integrate into German life if you have never ever experienced anything outside of that? Right.
So I think a lot of the kids will, when they grow up, you do break away from like the communities that you've been brought into.
You almost have to.
You have to
in those kind of situations, because it is like being in the middle of a donut, right?
Yeah.
Like you're fine when you're in the pocket. The second you leave, you're like, oh fuck, what do I do? Right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but it is the same thing in Japan, right? You're fine if you're hanging out with all your gaijin friends for wherever. But the second you have to do anything regarding the larger outside world, you have to assimilate.
You've got to.
And this goes to Dan was asking, like, in the U.S. they tell people that are your neighbors don't speak English, but you're not supposed to tell people they have to speak English. Like, that's irrelevant. People can do whatever they want, right? Yeah. But the issue there is that the people who don't speak English are going to be forced to speak English eventually when they have to deal with taxes, the government. Literally anything else that has to do with how they're carrying on their lives in that area, right?
This is why, like, I'm very much a proponent of let people do whatever the fuck they want to do, as long as it infringe upon my rights. Like, if my neighbors are speaking Korean, I'm like, yo, sick. Can you give a man a hookup to where you're getting these Korean goods? Because I want to know where I can buy some of these Korean goods in Japan. If they spend their entire day speaking Korean, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. We're in Japan. I'm focusing on me.
As long as when we communicate in a language that we both understand.
We can choose any of the 2.5 languages I understand we can pick
exactly,
from.
Right.
And Korean is sadly not on the list.
Not on the list.
If you're talking to other Korean person in Korean, I'm not going to dive in like, whoa, sorry.
Right.
Jordan Green, language police. You're going to have to stop that.
Right.
This is now foreign circle. British English only. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
You come off as like a weirdo paranoid person when you're like, you need to speak the language I speak so I know what you're
saying.
Do you think I'm a terrorist? Like, what
I was praying, because in the UK when I was there, I was speaking a lot of Japanese with the boys and such, and I was praying someone approached me and was like, yo, speak English. I wanted to fucking tear people apart. But no one does. People mind their own business, which is good. Also, Dan said in the US you can homeschool and not teach the language of the country. Yes. So this connects back to my point about the whole, like, you can put your kid you can build a little community, put a kid, let's say, in a Vietnamese only school in the UK, for example, let's say.
Sure.
So you're in a Vietnamese school only in the UK, your surrounding area, everyone only speaks Vietnamese. Let's pretend you also didn't have any English friends, Vietnamese only for the majority of your life, and then you were homeschooled after, I guess, elementary school was Vietnamese. Then you were homeschooled, and now you're 18, 19, 20. What do you do now? Because you have no exposure to English. Let's pretend, or your Vietnamese is miles above your English, which is based like a second language to you in a way that's not usable for work, you have now fucked your kids.
I think you basically have two options.
Go back to Vietnam.
Go back to Vietnam or stay in your community and never leave.
And here's the problem with staying in community and never leaving. You can only go so far in a closed-off community. The economy of your closed community can only go so far. You know what I mean? Because like in the little donut you've made, let's pretend they're like, guys, you know what? This community is doing really well. We're going to double this donut. We're going to increase the area of the donut. Try. Because you leave the area and you go, sir, hello, I would like to increase the area of the donut. And the person goes, yeah, no, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Good example is we've got a lot of Orthodox Jews in the UK where I live in North Tottenham. Great people, amazing bagels, fucking outstanding humans, love them. And they buy up property, cash, do up the property, and then landlord it out. And there's an area called Stanford Hill where it's like near my secondary school. And they basically like have massive swaths of lands where they have bought the buildings, done them up, put like Jewish families in those buildings and create like a little like community in that area. And they wanted to expand that area to nearer to where I live, basically like North London, more like near the station. My mother gets a letter from these people every year for the last 4 or 5 years, being like, "Hey, can we buy your house? Can we buy your house cash, please? We're gonna redo it. We're gonna build it up. We'll give you cash. You don't gotta do anything. You don't gotta gut it. You don't gotta clean it. Just send it to us as is, and we'll do the rest." And every year we're like, "Yeah, no." And every year they're like, "That's fine. We'll see you next year." And they do that to every house on the fucking block because they want to build a second donut. But they can't do it because people don't want to sell their houses in the area because the area is nice. People live there for so long. And that's my thing. Their economy in this area...
Isn't that just how gentrification happens?
That's just how... Thank you. Unless the government is coming in and making you sell, you just won't sell. So your donut is always going to be stuck at the size it's stuck at. So although they're trying to increase...
Until you do sell.
Yeah, if one person is selling his own... You need every person. You need everyone to sell.
It's the slow and insidious killer.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, maybe make a little oblong donut, make a little... You get 2 or 3 houses on the block.
But I mean, that is exactly what gentrification is. You're pushing people out over time.
But that's not a donut. You've not made a community. You just bought a couple of houses on the block. Cool, whatever, dude. It means nothing, basically, you know? I think with the homeschooling thing and like building those communities, perfectly okay, but to not put yourself into the country, to not really what's the word?
Integrate. Assimilate.
Thank you. Assimilate, integrate into the country. You just you turned your kids into second-class citizens, basically. Which is hilarious. Like it's stupid. Like imagine being in Japan, not speaking any Japanese, and trying to do your taxes, trying to do your visa, trying to do anything.
I mean, that's now.
As a man who just did his taxes in Japanese,
that's me.
Lord help me, was that difficult? My God, it was hard. And I speak Japanese, dude. I was on the phone. To tax man. I was like, yo, what the fuck is tax? Yo, help me out, my dude. Like, it's a whole thing, honestly. Wasn't there a white girl in Jordan's uni days? Yes, there was. Wasn't there a white girl in Jordan's uni?
Season 1 callbacks here today.
Great callbacks. Wasn't there a white girl in Jordan's uni days that insisted you speak Japanese together as foreigners in Japan? Yes. She introduced herself. This is burned into my memory. She said, "Hello, my name is generic white girl." I would say Cindy, if I name. My name is generic white girl name. Please call me by my Japanese name, Aki. And everyone went, "So generic white girl name. What do you want?" And think she didn't speak Japanese either. Like her Japanese was bad. Like, I mean, I respect the effort, but at that point, you're just cosplaying. You know, you're just being a weirdo.
I mean, you could be fluent and still telling people, "Call me by my Japanese name," is still some weird cosplaying shit.
It's some weird cosplaying shit. I don't appreciate that at all.
Here's my take on that.
Go on.
Unless the Japanese government or other Japanese people have given you a Japanese name, you should never ever I'm gonna expand this to everyone. Unless the community that you are living in has given you an official name that's in the language that they speak primarily, you should probably not take someone else's name. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, don't do it. I don't know, dude. What a fucking...
If you're picking a Japanese name, what name you picking?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Oh,
sure.
Fuck. Oh, dude, I don't want a Japanese name. Oh, no. I know what I want. I know I've already decided.
Okay. Wow, I don't want a Japanese name? Well, yes.
No. I decided I've always thought, like, if I'm going to have a Japanese name, I'm going to fully fuck around and just do bullshit. So my
You're gonna
last
have, like,
name.
a kira name.
No. It's my last name will be Midori because my name's Jordan
Okay,
Green.
sure, yeah,
And then my first name will be the kanji for Jordan. And it'll be read Midori Jordan. And I'll be stone faced the entire time. They'll be like,
Okay.
Midori Jordan. Oh, Jordan. Nanka, what are you getting this? Like, are you a comedian? I'll be like, no, I'm a very serious businessman. Do not laugh at my name. Do not laugh. Do not laugh at my name. It's also no, Jordan means joke. So that is
the joke.
the joke, yeah. What would your Japanese name be?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm white. Come on.
You gonna be fucking Yomata?
I would probably, like, if I was gonna pick a Japanese name, I would pick like one of the older
Dude,
style Japanese names.
I want one of the really long ones. It's like Genman Seru, Genman Taro.
You want a name with no in the middle.
Yeah. Dude. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
I want to be fucking Tanaka no Kombini-san or some shit, dude. Yeah. Fucking 7
I want to have like one of those old names like Ryunosuke or something, right? Like,
yes, dude. Dude, I know Ryunosuke. He's the sickest name. I know one Ryunosuke. Fucking sick, dude. What a name.
I'm trying to think like what other old names there are, but I can't think of, like, oh god, what was who is the fucking guy from Iron Chef, the Japanese guy from Iron Chef?
Benny Nomaru or some shit?
No.
Iron Chef?
Yeah, the original Iron Chef TV show.
Oh, wait. Original... I can find it. Original
Fuck, what was his name?
Iron
He had like a really old style Japanese name.
Japanese
Granted, he was probably pretty fucking old because that show was like in the early 90s.
Oh
and he
my
was
god,
already
what a name.
fucking old.
Rokusaburo Michiba.
Yeah, that's it. Is Rokusaburo Michiba.
What a name.
That's a Japanese ass name.
What a name. Rokusaburo Michiba.
Rokusaburo is also a fucking cool name.
Rokusaburo is... Oh, the guy looks so cool. Bro, he's got an all gold suit on.
Oh, no, that's the chairman. That's not him.
No, that's the
Rokusaburo
chairman?
Michiba is a different guy.
Oh, so Iron Chef in Japanese works. Is... Oh, there's another guy called Hiroyuki Sakae. Then the China's
Hiroyuki Sakae was the
name.
he was the French chef.
Yes, and then the Chinese chef was
Kenichi.
Chen Kenichi.
Chen Kenichi.
And the Italian was Masahiko Kobe.
Yeah.
What a name!
Like, the old Japanese names are fucking cool.
Dude. Holy fuck! I like one song. Masaharu Morimoto is also a fucking sick name, dude. Man, I want an Iron Chef name.
Yeah.
That's a fucking name. Holy
What's
shit.
do you ever, I don't think you played Sekiro. Did you ever play Sekiro?
No, but I should. Apparently it's really good. Oh, yeah, dude. Dan said you could be Yuki Mapuru Taro.
No.
Come on, dude. Let's go.
Oh, one of the boss's names is Genichiro Ashina. Genichiro is a fucking cool name.
What a name. Bro, old school Japanese names kind of fucking goated, honestly. That's so sick.
Oh, no. The guy I'm thinking of is named Gyobu Masataka Oniwa.
Wow.
Now that's a name.
That's a name, dude. Yeah, if I'm fighting an old samurai battle, my opponent is fucking Gyobu no I'm like, nah, I'm out, dude. This guy knows some shit. Like,
I'm done.
I'm in full armor. What do you mean he's dressed up in a chef costume? What are his weapons? A DVD of Chef and a sword? Nah, I'm out, dude. I can't penetrate.
Man, Sekiro has some cool ass names.
What does?
Sekiro has
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Kuranosuke Matsumoto,
Sick name.
Tenzen Yamauchi.
Sick.
Tenzen is
Tenzen's
a
I
cool, Tenzen is a cool
both looked
name.
into that. Tenzen's a cool fucking name, dude. Honestly, shit, dude. Fuck, that's insane. We went way off topic, but yeah, I agree. 100%.
So anyway, assimilate into your country that you live in. Just a little. If you have to, just a little.
I don't know. I really like his points. The entire premise of the argument being like you got to bring yourself down to a level where you're approachable to
Right.
like Japanese people is really good. A story came to mind as I was going through this thing back during first year in living in Japan times. I remember this story so fucking clearly. I forget who I was with because the situation itself was insane. Booked a restaurant. I think it was in Machida. So it was in Tokyo, like Giri Tokyo. So booked a restaurant in Machida. It's me and a bunch of foreigners. I forget the exact makeup of the group, but I'm sure it's people we know, people we don't know. So I walk in. I'm like, hey, fucking yo yaku for set in Japanese, of course. I'm like, yo, reservation for 7 under Jordan Green. Guy's like, oh, we only have Japanese menus. I'm like, that's fine. We're speaking Japanese. I can read Japanese. Fine. Like, It's like, oh, do all the foreigners behind you also read and speak Japanese? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, shirokineo. I don't know. The guy's like, oh, it's gonna be difficult, but they're putting up barriers in place.
Yeah,
we're speaking Japanese, but because of a big group of foreigners, they're putting up barriers. So there was something similar I did to this guy where it's like, you gotta lower yourself down to a level where they can approach you in the conversation. Because at that moment, there were two paths open. One was be fucking Larry. Just be like, wow, I booked, racism, Sabetsu, you fucking cut. And the other was being, okay, let's find a solution. So I was like, oh, are you gonna be our waiter? Guy's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. How's our communication? He's like, oh, it's good. I was like, okay, cool. Do you know what we'll do? I will speak to you the entire time. I will do all of the ordering.
I will do my due diligence for the idiots that can't help themselves.
I will do all the ordering for the table.
Now you've unlocked a memory
you
of mine.
only have to speak to me. And bro was like, yeah. I was like, yep. We walked in. I sat at the end of the table. And then guy walks in, came straight to me. I was like, ready to order? We'll have it. I was like, who wants a beer? I was like, who wants this? Want this one. And by the end of it, bro was cool. Bro, it was just just me for a while. And then someone else hit the button. He came over. Other guy raised his hand to be like, oh, it's actually, I pressed the button. Guy walked straight to him. He was like, yeah, what do you need, man? In broken Japanese, guy was like, oh, can I get like 3 beers? Guy's like, yeah, no worries. But you create that tiny little opening, just a way to make things easier. And they go, oh, okay, cool. What I thought was going to be an impossible table to serve is just a group of foreigners who speak various levels of Japanese. Cool.
Right. Yep.
Job done. You know what I mean? And sometimes it takes that few seconds of humbling yourself just to be like, all right, let's make this easier for everyone, basically.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
You say I unlocked a memory?
Yeah. You also unlocked a memory from year one. I specifically remember going. I think I have told this story before, so I'll make it brief.
Go on.
But I remember is like week one. We just got here. And I think you and me are in the mode of like,
I know this story.
Fuck these
Holy
cunts. Like I speak Japanese. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And we went to Chinatown, and these idiots didn't know what
Tabehodai was.
They get there and they don't have enough money. They're like, it's too expensive. Blah 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 blah. So then they just like get up and leave and don't say a word, right? So like, again, this is another situation where it's like you need to humble yourself and not be like, I don't care, fuck you, I'm leaving.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah,
and like not even explain yourself, right?
Fuck's sake, yeah.
So, like it drops to me to be like, okay, they're leaving because they don't have money. They're stupid. I'm sorry. Like I'm having to explain to the person who's serving our table why the fuck 15 fucking foreigners decided they're just gonna up and left, right? And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, and I think like basically from that time on, because I was hanging out with people that to this day, like now, that I'm almost like 95% certain none of them are still here.
Oh no, yeah.
And I'm thinking back now to who was there. You weren't there.
No.
Jay wasn't there.
No.
And there's a couple other people that are still here that like you weren't there, but we're in that same group, right?
Yeah.
And it does bring about that thing where like, oh, I was the only one who was willing to be trying to keep the status quo of what was going on, where they were just completely okay with being like, I don't fucking care because this is like like they're treating it like a vacation. They're like, I don't fucking care, whatever. If I leave, nothing bad will happen to me. I don't give a shit. But it's like the person there has served you at least minimum. We got tea, right? So like the person that served you tea, and then you've been like, fuck you, I'm leaving.
Fucked.
And it's like if it was like one or two people, I would have been like, okay, well, you know, it's whatever. But it was like a big group. It was like 6 to 7, maybe even 10 people, if my memory was correct, right? But it's that kind of situation where I think I got broke on pretty quick, right?
Oh, dude,
this is where I realized that like, you have to at least follow the status quo to some degree.
Sure.
Looking back at it now, but not necessarily at the time. But it's definitely kind of like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Yep. Because there was a big thing of me. I think when I first got here, one of the first questions I'd ask anyone, and I felt like a cunt afterwards doing it, but I realize now like, oh, this was a good first like benchmark to see like what people are doing. Like I'd ask like, oh, was your first time in Japan? Get a reading. If someone's like, oh no, I've been before, I'll be like, cool, note taken. Then I'm like, oh, you speak a little Japanese? And some say yes, some say no. Some's like, yeah, I speak a little bit. I've been studying before to get here. So I'm like, not a word. Not a word. This is like a last minute thing. I'm only here for a year. I'm like, cool. And the third question was always make or break. Because you could yes to both those first two questions. You could, yeah, I've been here before. I've traveled to all 40 fucking thousand prefectures. Yeah, I speak a little Japanese. Only a little bit though. That's cool. And the third question was always, oh, you trying to study more Japanese? That was always the question. You trying to study, are you interested in studying a little more Japanese? Are you going to be studying more Japanese while you're here? And that was a big one. Because every person that said, "Oh yeah, I'm interested," and, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm here, of course. Why not? I wanna communicate and do more cool things and dive more. Yada. All those people are still here.
Yep, probably.
That 100. And every person that said, "Nah, not really," or like, I mean, I don't know if I have time.
If I have time.
Yeah, I'm always like,
you
okay,
always have time. You gotta make time.
You gotta make time. And those that are like, if I have time, I don't know. Those are guys I was like, cool. Mentally, I was like, never speak to this person again. We're done here with this person. So I just moved away from them because I was like, I don't want to deal with your shit. Because although in training, I was being a massive dickhead. I was being loud and obnoxious and being silly because it's just who I am, yeah. But I knew, I was like, when I lock in, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to get the work done. I'm going to finish early. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to like adventure, have a really good time. I'm going to study Japanese on my free time. I'm going to make this time I'm here worthwhile.
Right.
So I can fuck right now. It's fine. But when the job starts, when things lock in, I'm going to lock in. And for those who decided like they weren't going to study, they weren't going to lock in, they weren't doing anything, where are they? A lot of them have gone home or... No, that's it. A lot of them have gone home or still working for like Interact, basically. But I think the vast majority have gone home. They're just not here anymore. Because you can't live in a foreign country and not speak the language. Because how do you understand the social contract you're getting yourself into when you go into a cafe, a restaurant, a bar, whatever,
and
if you don't speak the language, don't understand the culture?
You always have these kind of situations where you just don't know what the fuck to say. Like, I had to go get some, like, emergency dentistry done, right?
You were saying,
My fucking teeth hurt. I forgot to mention this.
I know no dentistry Japanese.
As a last, thing maybe for today, because we're at an hour and a half almost.
Oh, fuck. All right, cool. Jeez, well done, boys.
But I had to do some emergency dentistry, right?
Yeah.
So my wife calls up the place.
Nice.
Because, like, I don't want to fucking talk on the phone. It hurts to move my jaw, right? So I'm like, if I open my mouth like this much, it fucking hurts.
Okay.
So I don't want to talk to the person on the phone. So she calls him. She's like, hey, I know you're still open. My husband's tooth like really fucking hurts. Like, is there a way to get him in sometime this week? And they're like, well, if you come quickly, we can maybe get you in like tonight. And I'm like fucking great.
Oh,
like, cool.
Japan, let's go.
So I go to the place.
Hell yeah.
And then I here fill out all these sheets. So I fill out all the sheets.
Yeah.
It's like stuff like, do you have diabetes? Do you have blah, blah, blah?
Oh,
Are you a hemophiliac so you don't bleed to death or whatever, right? So I fill all that stuff out.
Don't tell me what to do, yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like, okay, we'll come in here. Man, people who are like, I don't trust Japanese dentists. Japanese dentists are bad. Blah,
no,
blah, blah,
that's
blah.
it.
You're a fucking idiot.
You're a fucking idiot. They're really good.
Whoever fucking told me that in like the past, and that's just like stuck in my brain of like, oh, Japanese dentists are bad because they have fucked up teeth still.
I think it was Jay.
I don't know because Jay told me, he's like, I go to this dentist.
No, Jay has a dentist.
Yeah,
he said the reverse.
Yes, he's like, they're good.
My bad, Jay.
So it was probably definitely like maybe my cousin from like 20 fucking years ago when dentistry probably was not great.
Okay.
But anyway, so they're like, okay, we'll get you in. I like wait for like maybe 15, 20 minutes. I get in there like, okay, well, we don't know what your teeth situation is. We'll do an x-ray.
Nice.
Get in the fucking room. I've never seen an x-ray machine this fucking cool and that fucking efficient.
It's the one. Okay, go. I know
no.
It's the big one with the massive fucking panel, right? And you go against it and just
no.
Oh no! I go on.
No. So you go into this thing. There's like a bite stick.
Yeah.
You bite the stick like this.
Yeah.
And then a giant camera goes around your head like 3 times.
Nice.
To the point where like I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah.
I can actually feel when I'm getting x-rayed.
You can feel the x-rays.
Yeah. No, but like actually like legitimately I actually feel like the heat.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
They do a fucking x-ray. They had the x-ray finished in like 30 fucking seconds.
Oh, easy, yeah.
And already on the dentist's fucking iPad and stuff.
Yep.
And he comes up next to me while I'm sitting in the chair and he's like, okay, you got cavities here. Right?
It's crazy.
And he's like, but the worst one is this back one that's probably fucking hurt. And I'm like, yeah, it really hurts. And he's like, well, do you want to just do a root canal right now? And I was like,
it's done one sesh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I have to go back for a
Okay.
second session because it was like nighttime and they're like, we're
yeah,
closing. So like, we'll fix you up. But he's like,
we'll taper it off, get it
but
done.
I have had a root canal before because on my back tooth here is gold.
Me too.
Because when they took out my
cracked
fucking
my
wisdom teeth, they cracked my teeth and it just split in half. So like, oh,
Same.
well, fuck, we have to put a cap on it somehow, right?
Fucking
so I had to get a
same.
root canal on it. So I kind of knew what a root canal was going to entail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is going to take like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's really long. And like, I get in the chair and he's like, okay, we're going to do a root canal. He Novocaines me up.
Hell
and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, cool. And he just goes, and I'm like sitting there and it's like, you know, like,
He's like-
5-10 minutes.
He's like,
and then he just goes, done.
Yep.
And I was like, what do you mean done? And he's like, done. It's done. Dude, like, your root's gone. It's done.
Yeah.
He's like, you'll have to come back in to get
We're
like a
gonna-
proper filling.
Yeah, we're gonna pack it with gum. Just
Yeah.
you're done. Yeah. Yep.
He's like, you're done. And I was like, that was like fucking
Yep.
10 minutes. What the fuck?
Yep.
He's like, you did a whole root canal in 10 minutes? He's like, yeah.
It's not hard. Yeah.
He's like, done. No, but like, apparently before, it's like you had to like get in there and fucking remove shit and like do all this other bullshit.
yeah.
He's like, no, we're done. I was like,
Dude.
fuck, dude. Like, okay, Jesus. I was not expecting it to be that quick.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, we'll see you after Golden Week and we'll get it filled out. And the craziest thing, how much do you think a root canal costs?
Oh, and I know the answer because
Yeah.
I did it before. Chat, what do you think it is if you're still there? How much?
if anyone is there, what do you? I think Dan knows because someone
posted
said
it.
it.
All right,
But
fair
like, for the people who live in America who know how much a root canal costs there, how much do you think?
And for those listening on the podcast after the episode of the recording, just say it out loud to the ether. I'll hear you.
Yeah.
I'm hearing $10,000. I'm hearing five.
Five,
I'm hearing
$500,
seven.
yeah.
Can I get seven? I got seven. Can I get seven?
It costs me to get a root canal in under 40 minutes, $30.
Yes. Dude. Yeah.
I spend more on food per day
Dude.
than I did for a goddamn root canal.
Dude, so your total cost in the end, because I did this. So I got my calculator as well, and I cracked my tooth kickboxing taekwondo years ago, and it got just progressively worse. Never saw dentists because dentists in the UK actually dog shit.
It wasn't even $30. It was $2,900.
No, exactly. So the next time you go, they'll be like, all right, I think they'll either finish the root canal or pack it or do something. And then I think you're there for like 2 or 3 sessions and it's done. And every time will cost you like 2,000 to 3,000 yen. I think.
No, he said you come back once.
Oh,
we'll
you're
fill
done?
it, we're done.
Oh, you're doing it
And he
twice
says
then?
it costs $2,500 or like 2,500 yen.
Easy. And then you get a cap and you're done.
$25.
Okay, that's
Yep,
really good.
done.
So mine was like, I came in 3 times and it was 2 times put the thing in and the 3rd time because the cap I wanted didn't have at the time. So they were like, you can come back tomorrow. We'll have the cap. You can put it in. I was like, cool. So my total cost was like 8,000 yen, I think, like a month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fucking dirt cheap. This is the shekels in my wallet. This
Because
is
I know
easy.
back home, the one that I got the gold tooth on, it was like
Expensive.
$300.
Oh, easy, yeah.
And like most of it was covered by insurance.
Yep.
But like if I didn't have insurance, $300, even here,
Yep.
they're like, oh, 75% of this is covered by
insurance, yeah.
By insurance. So like even then, it's probably only $80.
Yep.
But
I think the first payment I made, I didn't have
I could
my
probably
insurance
look.
card.
I think I still have it's actually right here.
Nice. Let me see.
So-
David's got it. I got David's medical forms in my hands.
I'm
gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see exactly how much it cost.
Yes. Oh, fucking hell. 2,990 yen? That's it?
Yeah.
That's it? 3,000 yen? Hold on, let me look. What's 30%?
It doesn't say
Wow.
how much it was originally.
No, it doesn't know.
But
That's really fucking, yeah, that's classic. Bro, I'm telling you, Japan is sick.
yep. Stuff like that is like the fact that there is, so many dentists
Good
too
God.
is like
That's worth 2 bowls of ramen. Yeah. For the price of 2 bowls of ramen in Japan, you can get
you can fix your
dentistry done.
fucking teeth.
Honestly, yeah. I got 6 baby teeth pulled because they wouldn't fall out and it cost me like 20K. Yeah, America's a scam.
That's
my
insane.
my last thought on this entire social contract going to Japan before we fucking end it is so living in Japan for like a while now, it's been almost 10 years. There are clear reasons why you should follow the social contract in Japan.
Yes.
One of those reasons is the benefits you get from following the social contracts, learning the language, assimilating to society outweigh
any of the racism.
Any of the racism. So like, they're not gonna let you have this apartment. I'm like, that's fine. My medical bill is nothing. I pay nothing.
Yep.
Perfectly okay. There's barely any crime here. I don't give a shit. Like, we're good.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of getting mugged when I go outside. I'm not afraid of getting shot or stabbed.
Literally. And then, like,
I can do what I want.
When you have internationals in, like, America or whatever, and they're like, oh, why are they creating their own community? And I was like, well, it's because the community that they should be a part of, like, the American community is kind of dog shit. Like, it's kind of trash. You know, it's kind of bad. UK as well, kind of shit. It's not, like, you get to countries where, like, they have, like, a really good base of, like, of life in said country, and like in Japan, for example, like, yeah, there are like foreign hubs here, foreign like circles, but a lot of this is because they don't want to adapt to the community. Then you have other circles, like I think where I'm living now is like a big like Chinese community. They're sick. It's not closed off. You can just waltz in.
Like, let me posit this question to you before you finish. Right? Is there anywhere in Japan where you would feel unsafe?
Oh my god, unsafe
to where, like, okay, let's say it's like 11:30 at night. Is there anywhere in Japan where you would feel unsafe walking around outside at night by yourself?
No, not really. I'm a guy, to be fair. I assume if you ask a girl, the questions will be different.
Sure, yes, of course.
There might be
obviously
a few areas I would say if I was a girl living in Japan, but as a guy, no, nothing, like zero, like none.
There is a plethora of places I would not be caught dead after 7 p.m. in Edmonton.
My area that I grew up in, I don't like walking home to my house at nighttime.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean.
Like, people are like, oh, why don't you visit the UK more often? I'm like, because it's dog. I hate it. It's dog shit. Like, I gotta be on guard constantly when I'm there. Like, it's not fun. Like,
that's exactly true, Dan. People always complaining about Japan's racism, like the country they're coming from isn't way worse.
Bro, exactly. What the fuck, dude? Like,
right?
shit.
It's like, oh, this Japanese racist against me, and it's like, yeah, but people call you the N-word like daily at home. What do you
at
like,
home?
But it's my dumpster fire, so I don't care, right? Like, it's like okay.
UK has a bunch of like institutionally based racism as well, and in Japan it's like, we're gonna give you this apartment. The UK it's like, we're not giving you this job, like, because we're gonna hire Sam instead because blah 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 blah. Yeah. Never felt unsafe in Japan, even when there was a fist fight 10 meters next to me.
It's not my fist fight, so I'm like, hey, all right.
Hey, my fist fight. Yeah, classic Doton border, to be fair. If someone isn't fist fighting or jumping into the toxic sludge they call a river, yeah, it's not a Doton border, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Banging topic, boys. Fucking sick. Let me land this plane for us, then, boys. Fucking sick topic. Well done, boys.
Crash it.
Crash it. We're not gonna be here next week. We have David's got work.
I got work. Yeah. Unfortunately I have to work from like noon to 7 or noon to 8.
Dude, fuck.
I have to do open house at the university.
Oh, I mean that makes sense. Oh, maybe I visit David at the university.
Could if you want.
I'll ask you off top where it is. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think I'm releasing a video this week and next week, so I guess watch that instead of the podcast.
Yes, it's a bi-weekly podcast. We get it.
We're sorry. We fuck off. Sorry.
I can't not go to work.
I got shit.
Well, I could, but then I wouldn't go to work permanently, and
that's true. That's true.
An issue.
We'll do extra long episodes going forward, just like to compensate this, and then maybe we can cut up some of the episodes. Into, like maybe
like depending on what you're doing on the Saturday night, like. Not that we'll do a remote podcast, but like, I don't know, if we set up streaming during this week.
Oh, that'd be good,
right?
yeah.
Like then
play a game or something.
Oh,
that'd be fun. Let me look into start saying some stuff else we can do. If we're gonna
I can definitely help you out.
Thank you.
It'll be a Discord call away. You share your screen with me, and I'll just walk
that'd be good.
Right?
Yeah, I got a cool chef tonight, which reminds me. Okay, yeah, I will see you guys next week then. I love you, leave you. Stay healthy, stay safe, and assimilate to cultures.
Yeah, that's good. That's
bye.
Good advice. Bye.
Bye.